everybody. Straightforward video. A lot of good information packed into a small amount of time. We go into how to take the wheels off, how to clean them up, what sandpaper, what cleaners we're using, how to apply the coats, what to tape off, and how to really get the best finish you can get for your rims for pretty cheap too. So just stay tuned and check out all of what we're putting together here. Okay, so the materials we're going to need today are pretty straightforward. We've got some sandpaper going anywhere from 60 to 1,000 grit, pretty much everything in between. We have some brake cleaner. Any brand will do, but you're going to need a can or two of brake cleaner, brake part cleaner. Some wire brushes we have here. We actually have a grinding wheel here with a wire brush on it. Not sure exactly if we'll need it or not, but I do have it here. Some index cards. This is to outline the rim basically and prevent overspray. You could use tape in a garbage bag or newspaper, but we're going to try the index card method. And about a can, we're going to go with the can per rim of Plasti Dip. Should be more than enough. This is a matte finish. They do have a gloss finish, but I want to see how the matte comes out. I think it should actually come out pretty good. So the first thing we're going to do here is actually take all the tires off the truck. Some people say you could work with the tires on the truck, but I just don't want to get any paint on the body of the truck or on the rotors, any of the brake parts, stuff like that. So we're going to take all the tires off and move them away from the truck and kind of work on it away from there. If you don't know how to remove tires or jack up your car, I will make another video showing you how to do that, and I'll put the link in the description. So now we have all the wheels off the truck and they're over here so we can work on them. So the first thing we're going to do is actually clean them all up, and by clean I mean with chemicals and sandpaper and wire brush, whatever we can do to get a lot of these brake dust stains and other curb rashes out of here. The cleaner the surface, the better, the nicer it will be for the Plasti Dip to stick to. We played with some numbers, and it's seeing that about 400 grit sandpaper is actually taking up this brake dust pretty well. Again, the intention is really just to get kind of a clean surface. The brake dust is definitely not good to stick your paint to. So we're starting with 400, and we're going to work our way up from there. But first step right here, like I said, is to sand these rims. So there's no special science to it. You're just going to keep rubbing and making all the coverage you can to really clean these rims up. Alright, so the 400 grit worked really good to get everything scuffed up. We hit all the rims now. We're just going to go back over everything now with some brake cleaner. Just a quick hit, spray of that, and then just basically wiping it away with the rag. The brake cleaner is actually working really good to bring these things back to a very clean surface. So we got about 2 cans of the brake cleaner. That should be enough to do all the rims. So now we have these wheels cleaned up really well. There's no brake dust, there's no scuff, there's no nothing. These wheels super clean. So again, it was the 400 grit sandpaper, then some brake clean, and this is the final product, a very clean surface for the Plasti Dip to stick to. All right, we got the rims cleaned up. We moved them into the shop here so we can paint without wind, and we're just throwing these index cards right in the seam here. They slide right in between the rim and the rubber, and it's like a perfect overspray protection. Not 100% necessary, but we were ripping the finger off of a rubber glove, like a vinyl glove, or a like one of these cheap little gloves. Ripping the finger off it and sliding it over the valve stem right here, just so we don't get any paint on there. So that big key really for that first coat is to not go crazy. Like, it really almost looks like we did nothing. It's just a super smoky kind of coverage at first. That's the key. People go way too heavy at first, and then you just don't get the stick and the coverage that you really want. So the first coat, very smoky. All right, coat number 2. It's been about 10 or 15 minutes since the first coat, so we're going to hit it up with the second coat. Again, a very light, smoky coat. That's the big key with Plasti Dip. That's how you end up with a nice finish, is when you just hit it nice and light. It's more coats light than less coats heavy. That's really how you should be doing it. So again, look, it really doesn't look much different. So that's the big key though. You just want to really slowly add these coats. I figured I'd save you guys the nonsensical videos of a bunch of coats, but this is the product of 7 coats. So we just kept hitting it, you know, over and over again with about 10 or 15 minutes between coats until it kind of came out to a nice finish. So 7 coats was it for us, and we're hanging the tires back on the truck now.